Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, and we're going to talk about RDTE, XDTE, QDTE, lots of DTEs. First thing I'm going to bring up is somebody posted earlier this morning. They watched another YouTuber. They said that they, on his channel, that they're overpaid QDTE by $1 million. I'm just going to go and throw out, if you interview the CEO, please ask them how the P&L is actually calculated per their website. Not Brad saying it. They pay you gross premiums. That's all I'm going to say. Not net, like somebody else is reporting and scaring everybody. Now, with this, will it recover? Yes, it will recover. It will take it to go new all-time highs, and we'll be just fine. And we know we're going to get to new all-time highs sometime. Not now, not next week, not maybe even not next year. But if you're afraid of it, then you're going to have to reinvest a little bit. That's the way it works. Because they're getting that money from someplace. Okay? But they're paying you gross premiums. So keep that in mind. It's going to recover. It might take longer, and it might take a couple points above a new all-time, depending on when you got in. But if you're reinvesting some of it, you're going to be just fine. I think somebody else pointed out that anytime you're trying to get a premium greater than 20%, you're going to have to reinvest some. I don't know exact number, but he's probably pretty close. So any of these funds that are giving you 20%, 25%, always remember you might have to put a little bit back in. And if you think you can live off of all of it, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I skim off 8%. I'm fine. Hopefully you're skimming off no more than 10, 15% and putting the rest back in. And you'll be just happy. Just put a little bit back in. Skim off that 10, 15%. I skim off 8. I'm not a financial advisor, not telling you what to do, but you can't take all the distributions. And yes, it will recover, and yes, it will get there again at a new all-time high. And when it gets up there, you're going to get your money back. But keep this in mind. Anybody that tells you that these funds were supposed to track 100% and there was no NAV erosion and that's what we were promised, didn't understand how they were actually working. RDTE, they did awesome. I was worried. All said and done, I was worried. I freaked out. Yahoo Finance kind of put one to me. I can only report what Yahoo Finance does because that's where I get my data, and that's how I know how close they are to the options and everything else. That's why I wait until Saturday to post, because I want to make sure Yahoo Finance is up to date. So they're writing them farther out of the money. I like that. Good job, Roundhill. Keep it up. I'm going to put a limit order on Monday at a lower price than what it's trading for now. And hopefully it gets filled. If it's not, then I want to wait to ex-dividend date and buy 80 more shares then. We're going to call it good. One thing to say is revenue was 25 cents for 4 trading days. 4 trading days, 25 cents. That's an important number. QDTE, 24 cents. 5 trading days. Share count continues to grow like mad. It's a crazy number. I want to point out that they hit 2 strikes. So you're going to have some slippage because they're giving you gross, not net. And when they do that, that money comes from someplace. And let's face the scheme of life here. Somebody reported that net would have been, they're down $1 million. Well, what is that in the scheme of life? So they've overpaid you by $1 million, according to another YouTuber. Yes, they probably did. I'm not going to argue with his math. Maybe a little bit, but okay. $400 million under management. 1 million? That's this. So when we get 1% over new all-time highs, oh, everybody's happy, everybody's back and positive and giving a thumbs up and cheering and yay. So 1 million out of 400 million is a really small number. Not even a quarter of 1%. Somebody's freaking people out for a quarter of 1%. Now, moving on from that conversation. Moving on to XDTE. 17 cents. Got some good strikes. Got some close ones. All right, but at the end of the day, we're good. We're really good. I like XDTE. I think they're doing a better job of XDTE than they are with the other two. The other two are going to pay more distributions, but keep that in mind that there's going to be that slippage. So how did I do? I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about me, buddy. It's all about me. Me. That's another whole thing, right? But I do care about you. Hey, XDTE, I'm up, and I'm reinvesting 100%. Hey, I got a couple more months before I'm going to have to start drawing of it. I want all those share count. Then I want to take my 8%. So going forward, I got $30,000 in. I want to take my 8% off, reinvest the rest of it, because I only need 8%. If I'm taking 8% every single month off of all my monthly payers or weekly, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I can take 8% a week or 8% a month. Either way, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be very good, very well off on all my funds because I'm only taking 8%. Stress testing these, I could take 10 easily. I could take probably 15. I could probably take 15 and still sleep at night. But another person indicated, and rightfully so, anytime you get above 20, think there's going to be a little slippage, think there's going to be, you're not going to be able to take the full 20. It's probably a lot of truth to that. I know when I traded options, the best I was ever able to do was 30, and that was a whole lot riskier and I was a lot closer. So keep that in mind. You're not always going to be able to get these 25, 30% and not have that little bit of slippage or where they're overpaying you or giving you the gross and not subtracting out. It's there. So keep that in mind. Now, as soon as you get 1 or 2% above a new all-time high, this is all going to be forgotten. It's 0.25% for QDTE. It all gets forgotten. Everything gets washed away. So don't panic. Don't frustrate. Just know it's gross. Now, QDTE. Hey, Brad's above water again. My share count continues to go up. My value is still there. You know, I'm good. I want to be able to pull off my 8% going forward. Second week in a row that I've reinvested everything back in it. And at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I can sleep at night. So hopefully this answers some of the questions. Oh, RDTE, no distribution, so I'm not even going to present it. Got 20 shares. It's up a little bit, but hey, I'm going to try to grab those other 80. So hopefully this calms the nerves of some people from other people putting out that QDTE's $1 million down because they're actually paying you what they're supposed to pay you, gross and not net. until next time, God bless.